Women are often told to be pure, but purity is not just a personal value, it has been a weapon, a tool to control, a cage disguised as virtue. From a young age, girls are fed ideals. Be modest, be gentle, be good. But who defines good, and what does it cost? Purity culture surged in the 1990s and 2000s with abstinence-only education programs, heavily influenced by evangelical and political agendas. These movements taught that a girl's birth was tied to her virginity, a dangerous message reinforcing control over women's bodies. But this control isn't just cultural, it's legal. The Comstock Act of 1873 criminalized mailing obscene materials, including birth control and educational pamphlets on reproduction. It banned not only contraceptives, but also information on them, silencing women's access to knowledge. Meanwhile, the 1916 Margaret Sanger arrest showed how laws punished those educating women about birth control. Sanger opened a clinic in Brooklyn and was arrested for sharing her contraceptive information. Her arrest brought national attention and helped spark the fight for reproductive rights. It wasn't until the 1965 Supreme Court decision in Griswold versus Connecticut that married couples won the right to contraceptives, challenging these restrictive laws, though unmarried women remained excluded for years.
Domestic violence has long been hidden in plain sight. A woman trapped in her own home, a private matter in a private sphere. But whose privacy is protected? Until the 1970s, most states did not recognize domestic abuse as a crime. In 1871, Massachusetts and Alabama became the first states to outlaw spousal abuse, but enforcement was nearly non-existent. In 1962, New York shifted domestic violence cases from criminal court to family court, making it even harder to prosecute abusers. Marital rape was only outlawed nationwide in 1993, decades after most other forms of assault were criminalized. Even now, legal protections vary by state, and many victims remain vulnerable. Isolation, manipulation, and silence are the tools of control. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 women in the U.S. experience severe intimate partner violence.
There is no reflection. Swollen face, all puffed up. Red, bloodshot eyes. Eyes that are too ashamed to look at their own reflection. With great difficulty, I look up and see a shadow of a woman, a girl, a nobody. Blue, grey, red skin. The stress is aging her before her time. How sad. What heavy lids, weighed down by the sadness, the silence, the pain. When will it stop? When will it go away? So tired. Who is that stranger looking back at me, vacant, gaunt, grey? I wonder if the real me has gone forever. I cannot see her in the mirror. She must be dead.
What happens when even your body isn't yours to govern?
I'm not ashamed. I don't regret it. My daughter's had a better life as a result.
The Comstoc's Act's language still exists prohibiting mailing instruments for abortion, influencing modern abortion restrictions. In 1973, the landmark Roe v. Wade decision establishing a constitutional right to abortion. In 1992, Planned Parenthood v. Casey reaffirmed Roe, but allowed states to impose some restrictions. But in 2022, Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization overturned Roe, removing federal abortion protections and returning authority to states. Now, abortion laws vary widely. Some states criminalize abortion outright, other states protect access. Women risk their freedom and even their lives.
The decision to have a child should not be a matter to be decided by the male-dominated legislatures.
I had an abortion when I was 15 years old in my home state of Arizona in 1994. It was not a decision that I made lightly, but I have never for one moment doubted that it was the right decision for me.
In one voice, the world declared, human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights.
I am from Britain, and I think it is right that I am paid the same as my male counterparts. I think it is right that I should be able to make decisions about my own body.
I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. I will not. And the government will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. Now looking at his watch because apparently a woman's spoken too long.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
How do we use this moment to elevate what is happening instead of continually victimize ourselves?
It's our responsibility to make this world a better place. Yes, we play sports. Yes, we play soccer. Yes, we're female athletes, but we're so much more than that.
The women's movement of this world has mellowed. Our issues and our conversation has become issues for men. I get angry when I think about it. No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights. Until you've gone through that process, I've come from Africa to tell you you don't qualify.